Hi everyone, Spring Cuts Forth Realty Group. Hey, just following up with you guys on my earlier post you may have seen on Facebook. This is regarding what you may have heard about the 90 days of not having to make a mortgage payment with no late fees and no credit reporting. New York Times, I saw an article from them on it. USA Today had a big article on it. I started getting calls from past clients and I immediately needed to check it out. Again, Spring Cuts Forth Realty Group, been a top producing realtor for almost 30 years now. So I saw the Y2K, I saw the 90s. Obviously the 9/11, unfortunately, and obviously the 2007 when the market really, really tanked. And we did over 1,000 short sales at that time, helping our customers. As I started getting calls from my customers, I thought, my coach taught me early on when it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So I better actually start calling some of these lenders and find out what they're really offering. So I'm going to try and make this really fast, short, and sweet. I'm going to talk fast. Feel free to message me with any questions you may have. I'm going to flip this around here. Let me see if I can do that. And nope, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, well, I'm going to turn this around here and hopefully you guys can see my board. So here's what happened today is I called, nope, that's not going to work, Okay, well, I called Wells Fargo today. That was my first call. And here is what I found out is that they are offering, don't make a mortgage payment for 90 days, no late fees, no credit reporting on that. So, however, in talking with them, what they actually said was that if you don't pay your mortgage for 90 days, that they won't charge late fees. Bank of America actually said no credit reporting. What they said is they're going to actually report it as no activity. And lenders, you know what that means. That's derogatory on your credit report. That's the first thing. There's a lot of rumors of, you just tack it to the back of your mortgage. No, that's not the case, guys. What happens? Let's just give an example here. So Susie, April 1st, she has a $2,000 house payment, and April 1st, 2000, May 1st, June 1st, and July 1st. What happens is that on April 1st, she has $2,000 due. She doesn't make her payment. So you can see if she doesn't make any of her payments, she's 6 months or $6,000 behind. As of July 1st, which is her 91st day, she actually now owes $8,000. And here's the deal, guys. It is due in full, all missed. Any partial payments, if you don't pay in full, or if you don't pay the payment at all, it is due in full on the 91st day. Okay? And on July 1st, the other thing they're not telling you is they are adding late fees and they are doing credit reporting, meaning you now on July 1st will have a 90-day late on your credit. Okay? So let's say that you can't make your payment and now you're looking at this and you're like, okay, what do I do next? So then what you're forced to do, and there are going to be families, I get this, that are going to have to make tough choices right now. And they probably won't be able. It's going to be between paying the mortgage and feeding the kids. I got it, guys. I'm not here to judge anybody. And in tough times, we've got to take tough measures. But if you find yourself in this situation and for some reason you can't make your payment, on July 1st, what you're going to need to do is get in touch with your lender. And at that point, they're going to ask you to submit what we call a workout package. Now, a lot of you guys probably, all of you realtors and lenders might remember this, especially you realtors from 2007. The whole purpose of all of this is you give them all your financial information, W-2s, bank statements, all of that. And their whole purpose is to determine your ability to repay that loan to them. Okay, so you submit everything. It takes you a couple weeks to get it all together. You submit it to them. It's going to take them a while to go through it and figure it out. While you're waiting, unfortunately, due to this 90-day late they put on your credit report over here and you're racking up fees, your credit score has now dropped from 725, let's say, to 580. Lenders, you know what that means. your income dropped also. So they're trying to figure out your ability to repay the loan. However, during this time when you weren't able to make your payments, your income dropped. If you were W-2, you might have been able to get unemployment, but maybe at 50 or 60% of what you make. Or if you're 1099, a contractor, like most of us realtors, hair salons, that type of thing, you didn't get any income at all. So now you've got a lower credit score and lower income trying to qualify for a workout package, a modification to repay the loan. So all the while this is going on, the bank, the lenders here in Oregon, we became a judicial foreclosure state. What that means is that the lending companies actually have to go before a judge in the county that the property is in, and they have to actually determine that they are entitled to the funds and that they're due that. And the judge actually stamps it, and they have to go through that proceeding before they can do any foreclosure proceedings. And so what we saw in 2007-8 is that they were quick to do that because they wanted to get that out of the way. That takes time. So in talking with Bank of America today, they said, you bet, for sure. I would imagine we would be filing those because it'd be silly for us not to, right? Their job is to protect their asset. So meanwhile, what we're waiting for now is the lender to come back with an offer. So the lender comes back, they may offer us a loan modification, a forbearance, a repayment plan, or they might come back with something of any of this kind of thing here, but not acceptable terms. For example, when we were going through the short sale, I remember a customer said, I can only afford $2,000. That was my house payment before this debacle. And you guys are asking me to pay $2,600 a month. That's what you guys are saying I should be able to pay. I can't pay it. I can't sign it. Long story short, we ended up having to short sale the home for the gentleman. And I'm not saying we would be short selling. A lot of people have equity in their homes these days, which is really, really great. But one of the things to know is that all of the lenders, all of them, must follow the FHA, VA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac guidelines. At the end of the day, that's really who sets the guidelines here. Now, I trust, believe me, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, there were a lot of mistakes made. I mean, those were pretty rough, unforeseen times. And I have to trust that our people, our officials, learned a lot of really valuable lessons, and they learned what not to do in the future. So my hopes would be that as we start trucking down this road, depending on how this goes, that they will do something with their guidelines that would impact this, if in fact you are one of them that ends up getting caught up in this and doesn't make their payment. So I just, the reason I'm posting this, and I had a conversation with both Bank of America and Wells Fargo today, was I was talking to them about the importance of transparency. And what's so upsetting to me is they're advertising that they will give you a release from making mortgage payments for 90 days with no late fees and no credit reporting. What they're not saying is that it's all due on the 91st day. What Bank of America is not telling you is, in fact, no, they are going to report, and the report, so your credit report is going to be no activity, which is just as bad as anything else they could put on there. So, you know, what my request would be is that they actually be really clear. So realtors, very, very important. It is really important we get out there and we educate our customers, all people, so that people don't fall into this trap. It looks really good. And I can see already the posts that I did earlier today, there's already people popping up and responding on there. Most of the people do not understand this process and how it works. It's a very complex process, so to speak. And clearly, even by some of the posts, people don't even know. When I was talking to Bank of America today, they said, oh no, customers are calling in and we're educating them. I said, consider the consumer has no clue what you're trying to explain to them. They don't understand the ramifications of what you're explaining to them. That's what's so disheartening here. So this is a chance for us to step up, really educate our customers. Here's the thing, I'm here, I'll help any way I can. Just so that people are missing payments, understand clearly what they're getting into. Feel free to message me. I'll probably do some videos and such next week maybe some Zoom videos or live videos, that type of thing. So, or some webinars. Anyways, for now, I just wanted to let everybody know this is what I found out. Little misleading. Please spread the word, share this, and again, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Spring Cuts Forth Realty Group, Portland, Oregon. Be well, keep safe, and wash your hands. Have a wonderful weekend.